Welcome back to another episode of the Conversations and Libations podcast. The bar is officially open, and we are drinking the Black Manhattan. I got the fancy one tonight, actually. You guys went with a lowball glass.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I went with the traditional style. There's literally no difference other than mine doesn't have ice and your guys' does.
Yep.
But it's great. This is what we were recommended by Scott on the last episode. Well, actually, that might have been a couple episodes ago, but
Yep, episode 6.
yeah. So a couple episodes ago when we had Scott, we decided that we were going to try this out, and it's because it sounded awesome.
Yeah.
So I think the only variation we had here was he used like Averna Amaro, and we used Campari.
Yep.
So we used what we got. We made it
Yeah.
work. We made it work. But heck yeah, it's good stuff.
And I did find that the Campari is the most common here in the States.
Sure.
For an Amaro.
Yeah, well, it's super good. So I can understand why this is his go-to cocktail right now. And yet again, another cocktail I can find being in a freezer door cocktail.
There you go.
Why not? Things just keep getting more and more, I'm going to go with extensive in this bar space. Every time we get here, there's something new that shows up. I mean, it is rad.
Yeah.
Like, it's turned out awesome. But hey, why not? So if you're not watching the video, to give you an idea of what this looks like, this is like beer tap city in here.
Yeah. It is a multi-tap situation.
It is absolutely a multi-tap situation. So as soon as my parents moved in, my dad was like, I love the bar space. I'm going to get a bunch of beer taps because I love beer taps. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm thinking like some beer taps, right?
Well, he's got some.
It's some. But back to your comment, though, if you're not watching the video, why not?
That's true. You should be watching the video. It's easier to explain it on video. Or you just be like... But, realistically, it's super cool. The bar is rad. So if you get a chance to watch the video, check it out because it's awesome. And you get to see what our drinks look like. And you get to see what we look like.
Nice red coloring. It is awesome looking.
Yeah, it's dark. I wonder who gave it the color or the name, the Black Manhattan, instead of like a red Manhattan.
Well, so the original Amaro is more of a blacker color. Campari is what makes it red. So we're drinking a red Manhattan.
I don't have Amaro.
So what color is a regular Manhattan? I've never had one, to be honest.
It's a regular Manhattan just kind of looks like whiskey.
Okay.
Because it's more, it doesn't,
super
it's vermouth.
Similar to like a Sazerac look.
Yes.
Actually.
So the difference between the two is this has an Amaro versus a vermouth.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I guess too, it's pretty, like a lot of people mistake like an old fashioned for a Manhattan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they're pretty similar. They also even have the same garnish too, right? So all orange peel. Yeah. But heck yeah, give this a try. It's super good. It's worth your time. What the heck's been going on? You said you've been having a heck of a week.
Oh, man. Well, I'll keep it simple, but to sum it up, today I spent most of the day on the phone with technology's most common technical service department.
Microsoft?
No.
No.
And working out a problem that I've been working on for
Sure.
about 3 days.
Yeah.
And
Super fun.
And we finally got it fixed.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you got it fixed. I have had situations like that before. I vividly remember back in my engineering days when I was working on this issue, like it was just not fun. And I must have worked on this for 2 or 3 weeks straight trying to figure out what it was like. And it was very much like your typical, like I had the feeling of like your typical technology meme where it's like, yes, a different error, finally some progress. So like stuff like that was real for me. But I vividly remember it was not too long after my wife and I got married, and this is like 2:00 in the morning. I'm asleep, obviously. I pop up and I was like, I got it. I figured it out. And I like immediately went and got my laptop and fixed it. And I was like, I am going in late tomorrow. But like, I just remember that stuff. So like, that's just the worst when you're fixing issues that just are seemingly unfixable at the moment. And you're like, I got no answer right now.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Don't love that.
Well, we had to go through, this was about the 5th level of technicians.
Oh, yeah.
So finally narrowed it down, got it fixed. And
Well, good.
But I understand about your waking up and all of a sudden having an epiphany.
Oh, yeah. It's like a panic sweat.
Mine usually happens in the shower in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sitting there taking care of business, and all of a sudden, that's what I need to do.
I don't think we can talk about you taking care of business in the shower.
It's true. No business needs to be taken care of on the show. But I feel you. No, I mean, mine would never happen at a time that was convenient. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
In the shower, inconvenient. Sleeping, inconvenient. On a road trip for 18 hours, not that convenient. Stuff like that. Just enough time for you to forget what it was you were thinking about.
Yeah. That does happen too.
Yeah, especially in some of these workarounds are so specific in their steps.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah. And then, Andrew, you broke yourself.
Yeah. I don't know what I did, but my collarbone is stiff and something popped last night. I don't know. You said you think you know what it is. So
I think, but I'm not a doctor. I know the pain you're feeling, so I can assume it's something similar to that.
All I know is I can't lift my right arm above my shoulder, or else I'm in very, very bad pain. But this helps.
Well, that should do the trick. That at least gets you on the right path. I mean,
doesn't hurt.
Not?
Doesn't hurt if you can't feel it.
That's true.
That's true.
Doesn't hurt if you can't feel it. I respect the heck out of that.
That's my new motto.
You know what? Not here for a long time. Here for a good time. Heck yeah. I mean, okay, this is loaded because nobody likes to be in pain. But man, when you have a pain that just lingers like that, that is the most frustrating thing ever.
So mine's only gone on 2 days now, so not in the lingering stage yet, but just still very uncomfortable, especially when it won't hurt for like an hour, and I'll slightly forget, and then I'll move it.
Yeah. I mean, those are the types of things, though, that you're like, exactly that. You just go about regular old life, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I did last night. Hadn't had any pain for a while, playing with my daughter. Went to get up off the ground, and of course, out of habit, pushed myself up with that arm, and that's when I heard the pop.
It's when you hear the pop.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, that's not fun, man. Hurting yourself sucks. And now that we're getting older, too, it's like, damn, I stubbed my toe, and I'm going to be out for like a week and a half.
Claiming workman's comp. And
I know. Yeah, like I'm like calling my wife, and I'm like, tell the girls I love them.
And how is it that we continue to do stuff like we think we're young?
Oh, dude.
Saturday, as you know, is my birthday.
Yep.
Woke up, proceeded to do a almost 15-mile bike ride.
Wait, pause this. Okay. He texts me when this happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, guess what I did this morning on his birthday, right?
I don't want to guess.
So I'm like, I don't know.
What did you do?
I don't even remember what I said.
I don't either. But I was like, basically, I told him, I said, no, I didn't. I knew you weren't going to guess. But the reason I said it to you like that is we worked out for so long together, and then we stopped, and you kept trying to get me to work out again. So
Yes.
I'm like, look, I did something.
I did it. Well, it was just so funny because he tells me, and I was like, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not trying to throw shade or like shit on you on this. There's no chance I would have guessed that you went for a 15-mile bike.
Yeah, no way.
I was like, I know, that was the point.
So I was just like, all right, let's make this work, I guess.
Did that, and then we went and played pickleball.
Yeah,
for 2 hours.
That was awesome, yeah.
I was in so much pain Sunday morning.
Well, and I was not in any pain on Sunday morning, but I definitely was sore just from not having, we haven't played that in a long time. It's a lot of cutting and moving, and like my calves were a little tight from just kind of the natural movement. But man, I had to laugh so hard because Andrew's sister and him were playing against me and my wife, right? And for reference, like a little context here, like my wife and I have not played for the better part of 2 years. Like, it's just something we haven't gotten time to do. We haven't gotten a chance to go do it. Like, when somebody invites us, like, it's great. But without him having invited us, we would have probably never gone and played because it's been packed by our house, all the courts. Like, it's a very popular thing. So, like, we have to want to go do it, right? So, we're like, all right, we're going to make this work. So, We go, we have a good time, but first game we're playing, just playing regular old game, and his sister's getting ready to serve to me, right? And you serve cross court, right? Okay. So she's getting ready to serve to me, and she's like, "You're intense."
Well, Nick is standing there like in full stance, ready to receive this serve, and he's just locked eyes with my sister.
I'm just waiting for the ball to get to my side so I can hit it back, right? Like I'm just out here playing the game. Let me put it this way: if I was playing this woman in checkers, it would have been the exact same scenario. Like I am doing the exact thing that is required of me at that moment.
Okay, so I have a question now.
And that is not to throw shade at your sister. It was just a hilarious experience.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Wasn't pickleball designed to get elderly people out and active?
Oh, brother, the more knees you have, the worse you are at pickleball. If you could get a couple of knee replacements, bam, you're a pickleball machine.
Wow.
Machine. I'm not even kidding you. There's some people that have whipped me and my father-in-law that they didn't move the whole game.
And in the ball, is it like a wiffle ball?
Yeah.
So it's slow motion anyway.
It is not slow.
You can get some speed on those things.
I
found out firsthand.
Okay. I remember wiffle balls. They were caught air and they'd go slow. And
yeah, it's anything but slow. And the court is small enough that you're close enough. Like, let me put it this way. When I play with my father-in-law, I play on my father-in-law's team.
Okay.
Because he's got a singular goal. His one goal is not to score points. He's not there to win. I mean, I guess the overarching goal is he's there to win. However, he desires to hit the other person with the ball. It does not matter who it is. It could be my 2-year-old nephew, and he's like, "Step up to the plate, baby doll. Let's go." He's like, "Yeah, look out. The train is coming through, so get off the tracks." He is like no shame. And I shamelessly love it. I think it's hilarious. So, but when that happened, I'm like, her husband's standing right on the other side of the fence next to me. So I turn and look at him. I'm like, what just happened? What did we just experience here? And he's like, I don't know. I'm never going to be able to understand what's going on.
Yeah, no.
So we had a hilarious.
You just don't worry about that. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all good.
That's fun.
Well, and what's even funnier is, I'm not a big guy, by any means, right? Your brother-in-law is 6'4",
something like that.
He's big, right? Big long beard, big guy, big burly dude. You put me next to him, there's nothing that makes me look intimidating. She's married to that. She sees me, little old me, on the other side of the court, and she's like, "Ew, no, thank you."
To be fair,
man, that's cool.
To be fair, though, and we joke around with my brother-in-law with this all the time. He may look that way. He's the definition of a teddy bear. Once you start talking to him,
oh yeah, he's great.
Far from intimidating.
Right.
He's great. He was funny. It was a good time. Good time to hang out. And I mean, we got to spend a lot of time with your family and some of the other friends and stuff. So that was good. We had a great time.
That's
Plus,
good.
I mean, I don't know. I'm competitive. I like to play stuff, so let's go play. Why not? That's never going away.
Hence why you brought your own paddles.
Those paddles are so cheap.
I don't care how cheap they are. You brought them. That's all that matters.
But I'll go back to my original point that I did not want to pay to rent paddles.
Yes, to be fair, I wouldn't want to do that.
So when I know I have paddles enough for everybody to at least play, I'm going to bring them.
Yeah.
Because we've been to other places where you have to rent the paddle just to to be on the court. And it's that's stupid.
Yeah, I take my bowling shoes to go bowling because I'm not going to pay for bowling.
But it's the same thing. Those kind of things are kind of silly to me. This is a requirement of the sport. If it's something you have there for that, why would it not? That'd be like NASCAR drivers getting the car and not the engine. Mm-hmm. That would be weird.
You got to pay extra for that.
Well, you do, but I mean, it's just weird, I guess I don't understand it. But to be fair, in that same category, this is my point. If I am paying to be on your court /lane /whatever, right? Then why do I have to pay extra for the other thing? I understand that as a baseball player, I have to bring my own equipment to be able to play the game. Fine. I understand it. Perfect. But dang it. I just don't want to pay extra for those other things. So if I already got the paddles, I'm bringing the paddles.
Stated profit.
It's true. Well, but here's the deal. They don't make you rent the ball. Make you rent the shoes. Make you rent the lane. Don't make you rent the ball.
Well, the ball comes with the lane.
I don't know why.
So why don't the shoes?
You have to have the shoes on.
I don't know.
And the shoe,
slipper,
especially in that way, it's the worst too because most of the time, anywhere you go, they're only like $2 or $3 anyways. Like,
right.
Just add that into the cost, and then there, it's not extra.
Well, yeah, it was wild. It was wild. So now we know that Andrew's family thinks I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they already knew it. They just...
Well, yeah, that's fair. I respect the point. I mean...
Yeah, we're all a little crazy.
We are a little bit, aren't we? I can't argue with that. We're all our own flavor of crazy.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it's just like you heard earlier. Dogs upstairs crazy. Kids upstairs probably running around like crazy people.
Tackling little kids is pretty crazy.
That was an accident.
I'm surprised the dog's not barking more with the kids there.
No, he likes the kids. Well, there he is.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
You just had to say something.
Yeah. No, he usually does a good job with the girls. I guess not. Maybe he's going berserk now.
Okay. I had to open my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all good until you said something. No, he's usually pretty good. But he gets a little... He's old. He gets a little testy sometimes.
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
I get a little testy, too.
Yeah, you get little testes? Didn't know it was cold out.
No, I got my own.
Oh, heck. Well, hey, we do have some cool news. I'm not going to reveal our cool news until after the break, but I will just give you a clue that the original episode, the first episode we ever released, we had a hilarious segment on that episode. It's not a segment. We had a very funny commercial break.
Oh, from our sponsors?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it was the Crickets that sponsored that one.
Yeah, crickets or frogs.
Crickets were the first one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frogs was the second.
Yep.
And then a combination of both were the third.
There you go. Okay, so that went on for 3 episodes. It got old after 3, right? So now that's not the case anymore. So stick around for a cool announcement after the break. It's a lot of fun. And we have some other cool stuff going on, which we're real excited about. We got some opportunities that maybe are going to change things up a little bit, which is a lot of fun for us. And it's going to bring a lot of versatility to the show.
Yeah.
So those types of things I think are going to be really exciting. We've got some real fun stuff that's popping up that I'm going to keep them on the DL.
Yes.
Keep people guessing. And not to, exploit anybody that we're trying to get on the show. It's one of those deals. So some of those things are going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to tune in for those. Those are going to be really exciting. And hopefully, as we start to get this a little bit more over time, we can start getting a backlog and start releasing more frequently. So that way we have a little bit more exciting stuff coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And just as always, we got to do our ASMR.
We haven't done ASMR in a while.
I know. I'm sure that we have lost at least one listener.
No, Kelly's still there.
Hi, Kelly. I hope you're having a great, fantastic day.
And we have a drink for you.
At any point in time. Yeah, scratch. Anyway, let's jump on to some fast facts. So let's talk a little bit about the I would say the Manhattan in general, because I don't know a lot about the Black Manhattan itself. So do we know a whole lot about this, Dave? Do you have any fast facts about us today?
Well, no.
Well, classic, man. Well, one thing I do know is that when we talked about this last time with Scott had nothing but good things to say about it. And I got to say, I completely agree. Like, it's super good. And it's kind of what I expect out of the Manhattan, right? Now, I don't know. Like, this is my first experience with that. So I don't know for sure the differences in, like, having an Amaro or the Averna, like what he talked about, versus what we have in the Campari. So I don't know extensively the two. Maybe you have a little bit more of an idea about that than I do.
So the Campari is going to be a little bit more bitter than the Averna. The Averna does give it more, I would say, a slight sweetness, but really not a sugary sweetness.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely sweeter than I expected it to be, but not in a bad way by any means. I think it's one of those situations where I did not know what I didn't know about this, right? So I just didn't know what to expect. So I just kind of went with it, and it's working out great for me. So I'm happy with the experience so far. What do you think of it? Like, how would you rate this in comparison to a standard Manhattan or another classic cocktail?
So I love Manhattans. I like the taste of them, mainly because it's quite literally like the taste of whiskey.
Sure.
Traditionally, a Manhattan can either be made with a whiskey or a rye, whereas a black Manhattan is specifically a rye.
Okay. Yeah.
So this in particular, not a fan of.
Okay.
Only because I don't like Amaro.
Oh, okay.
It's yes,
preferably Campari.
Yep.
My wife loves them. I make her spritz with them.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Loves it. The bitterness to me. I like
intense.
bitters.
Yeah.
I don't like a bitter drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do like this. I will say it would not be my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, like really the long and short of it is that I don't like it enough for it to be a frequent drink for me.
Yeah.
I wish we had the Averna because it would make it more of a bittersweet cocktail and maybe would have toned down that bitterness.
Yeah.
Well, looking at it a little bit deeper, the actual Black Manhattan, which was created in 2005, the bartender that did it did, in fact, use Averna because it does have a bittersweet.
Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So exactly like what Scott was saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So,
whereas Campari is more bitter.
It is.
And doesn't have
it's
that
almost
sweet.
like Scott knows what he's doing. A seasoned
Really?
mixologist?
Imagine that.
I wouldn't have caught that from our episode.
Classic Scott.
Yeah.
Sneaky devil.
That great Scott.
What yeah, there you go.
That's right. And if you're not familiar, by the way, make sure to check out. They've got a new pop-up coming after
Have they announced it
the
yet?
16th. After the 16th, there will be a new one. I think they announced it.
Okay.
But yeah.
They're doing something else right now. It's a different version of a pop-up. Standby.
I don't know. IDK.
Interesting.
But yeah, I like the fact that this is something that is standard but not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's simple, but it's got a lot of complexity as far as flavor goes. So that way I can get behind that.
And you mentioned in the beginning you have a fancy glass. So the traditional is served straight up in a chilled martini style or coupe glass. But around the world, it's actually what I found preferred on the rocks.
See, something like this, I would probably like more on the rocks. And the reason I say that is because you get a different flavor as the ice melts. So you get a little bit of that toned down kind of flavor out
Compared to the first drink, it is less bitter now, which I'm slowly starting to like it because it's not as bitter.
Yeah. And that'll definitely change the way that the drink kind of, the overall like makeup of it is definitely different. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I like it. It has a little bit too much bitterness.
Yeah.
Might like it if it with the Averna.
Sure.
I don't know. Would I do it all the time? Not with Campari.
Mm-hmm.
I have that bottle of Campari. I've had that for I don't know how long. So
hey,
it
works.
doesn't get used very often. So that's just kind of my take.
Didn't you say that you originally? Well, I know that Campari originally was drank just neat.
Yeah, neat. And there's no way I could do that.
No, that's not for me. I would say that's probably the way with a lot of things like that in particular.
Yeah, and there's several different type of Italian liqueurs and things like that are like, I don't know if I could really do that.
Yeah.
Ouzo, which is a Greek.
Oh, yeah.
Greek liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do that all night.
Well, I think the point is that I'm not trying to crap on them by any means.
Yeah, no,
There's nothing wrong with Campari. It's got its place.
Right.
I would never drink it straight like that. There's no way I would drink it neat.
Well, yeah, you gotta do something to it. The bar I used to work at, we had a guy that would come in. He'd order that with the sugar cube.
Fair, yeah.
And then once the sugar cube's blended up, you top it with soda water.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
So it gives it that sweetness. And then depending on what soda water you're using, it's got its kind of additives and stuff that kind of help round out the
that by itself.
Okay.
That by itself is what's so cool about all this. Like, you can make so many different things in lots of different ways, right? Like, I think that that's the point. I think that for me, it's just the reality that we have a lot of versatility in a lot of different drinks, right? And I mean, I talk about that all the time because I don't like certain things. Like, I just don't. Now, I still have round 2 of the Bloody Mary coming up. And apparently a smorgasbord of all things.
And a pickles,
and I am not doing a pickle split. That is where I draw the line.
I already made the pickle ice cream.
I am out. I'm out on that. There's a no way I'm doing that. No. I'll try the pickles.
I'm gonna make a pickle cocktail.
It's not pickles, it's olives.
Pickle flavored vodka. We're gonna make a cocktail.
Well, I'll try the pickles. I'll try the olives. I'll do whatever. I do that, but I'm not doing the pickle ice cream. I don't want to taint what I already know to love in ice cream.
Brandy Alexander with pickle flavored ice cream.
No.
You're making me feel icky.
You're welcome.
No. Like,
What's the matter, Nick?
I don't.
He's got pickles on the mind.
No, I don't want to go down this road of disturbing
Rocky Road.
foods and beverages.
Rocky Road and pickles.
ice creams. What? What is that even? Those two things go together. This isn't like a donut with
You've
bacon
never had a
on it.
chocolate covered pickle?
No.
You've never been to the
No.
Oklahoma State Fair then?
Well,
No,
you are talking about Oklahoma.
I may have been to the Oklahoma State Fair. However, the Iowa State Fair is bananas. And I don't mean like, a chocolate banana. I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot going on. And it's awesome. I actually saw Toto in concert and Yes in concert at the Iowa
dog?
State Fair.
Wow.
The dog?
Great talk. He's more silent than the one
Definitely
in this
not
house.
in Kansas anymore.
Not if he's in Iowa, right? No, it's it's wild. I will not do. I would try a pickle cocktail. I will not try pickle
Deal.
ice cream. I will try it. I will not drink all of it.
Okay,
Period.
so I was asked, because I've talked about how we're going to make the charcuterie board of olives.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asked, well, what kind of cocktail would you serve with that?
A puke
martini.
bucket?
Yeah, dirty martini.
A martini.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely. That's the move. I mean, that's not even really a question, I don't think, honestly.
Yeah.
That's kind of like when I asked you earlier, I was like, hey, you got bitters? It's like I immediately regretted the question. I was like, I feel like it's kind of a dumb question.
Why, yes, I do.
I do indeed.
I actually think he's answered that question on air at least a couple times.
Yes. That's why
Always has 'em.
That's why I buy the
Larger bottle.
large bottle of bitters because I go through them like crazy.
My favorite thing of what just happened was that you showed that to your camera and it did not see it.
It did. You're looking at the wrong camera.
What? I didn't see it. There's the problem. You're just changing things up over there. I was over here. I think it's funny as hell. He's like, check me out. But it's like, really?
Yeah, right.
Can't see it.
Well, it's like the big one.
There you go. The old Big Bertha aromatic bitters. No, I do think that there is a place for bitters in several different drinks. So that's a super versatile thing. So I completely agree with Scott's point on that. So, hey, that's an opportunity, man.
That's right.
An opportunity to get after it. And with that, I think we're going to take a quick break. Welcome back. Great break. Don't worry. The dog is still barking. Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of like
It's a little more high pitch.
No, actually, it's a lot more high pitch and more frequency.
Yes, it is. It is. But it could be worse, right?
That's
could
true.
be worse.
That's true.
We roll with the punches. We work with what we've got to work with. So you know what? We are rolling on. Powering forward. What other stupid phrases could I say? We are persevering.
Marching along.
Marching along. I don't know. Yeah, all those things. All
roll
fun
with
stuff.
the changes.
Rolling with the changes. That's right. All those things. So if you can think of another cool, stupid phrase, let me know because I'll say it in the next episode.
Okay.
Put it in the comment section.
That's right. So speaking of future episodes, what we wanted to share with everyone, a very exciting piece of news that we want to share. The ice was going. It's crazy loud. Wow. I was like, what is that?
We have noises that are going on tonight. That we're not quite sure. Some of them are, we know. Some of them are like, what the?
Some are explainable. Some are unexplainable.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Anyway, back to our cool news. So as of this past week, we are officially partnering with Shaker and Spoon.
Yes.
And that is a really exciting thing for us because that type of platform is really fun and exciting because it really is on brand with what we preach. We talk so much about enjoying what you drink. It doesn't have to be an alcohol. It can be non-alcoholic. It could be a soda. It could be whatever. Like we enjoy to have a good alcoholic cocktail occasionally.
That's right.
And Shaker and Spoon allows for just that. So what happens is they have a monthly subscription box. You can also purchase those individually if you choose to do so. So you don't have to purchase the subscription. The subscription actually helps you a lot because it saves you some money over time.
Yes.
Right. So that's a huge bonus.
Yeah, if you're planning on getting more than one box.
Correct. Yeah, you might as well do the subscription. However, you get 3 recipes and enough for 4 drinks of each recipe. So 12 drinks in a box. And then they have recommendations inside the box of like, if you choose to pair this with an alcohol of some kind of spirit, this is what we recommend to use with it, or this is the very specific bottle that we had used and like with it when they created them. So it's a very, very cool platform. And like I said, it really just resonates with what we say about enjoy what you like. Like it's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So we do have a link. It's somewhere in here.
It'll be...
Yeah. So definitely check that out and use our promo code. That link will take you right to our page. So feel free to go ahead and jump in there and check out the boxes. Yeah, let us know what you think when you get them because they're awesome. And very, very soon we're going to try and do a review on one. So we're going to have that come in, check it out, get an opportunity to look at and see all the fun things about it and share with you why we like it so much. So that's a real close touch point. We'll also have the link available on our Instagram page. So and probably on our TikTok as well.
Yep.
So feel free to check that out. But yeah, that's great news. We're really excited to be growing and getting some opportunities like that. And it's really just helping us move forward, push the needle forward a little bit. So, baby steps. Baby steps. One day at a time. We're getting there. Anyway, super exciting news. I'm really excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it too. So we just wanted to share that with y'all and let you know that we're excited to be moving forward.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and I hope you guys don't talk too much. You guys are really just keep going. You just settle.
It's hard to even start talking when you don't stop. It's always your fault.
It's my fault.
Well, you are.
I had to
Just
punch
like
you right in the mouth.
You mean like you tackled the little kid earlier?
I didn't tackle a little kid. I did knock her over accidentally.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true. I felt horrible. My little baby girl niece.
Wasn't like a drop kick, was it?
No, I literally I turned around and was looking one direction, and I turned to step, and she happened to be right where I was turning.
They do that.
No, she literally popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, she was not pleased with me. I picked her up. She was sad little baby girl.
Is that what that screaming was?
Yes.
Oh,
no, that was
exactly
Nick.
What happened. Yeah,
that was Nick.
Yeah, I screamed when that happened.
Yeah.
No, poor little girl. She got knocked pretty good. That was not fun. I hate that. I hate that. Like you can, it's uncontrollable. It's a part of life, but oh man, my daddy heart just crumples a little when those things happen. Love my nieces, love my nephews. Well, I only have one nephew. Love my nieces and my nephew. Love my baby girl. So, we're getting there. We're getting there, but she's better now. So we can move on, Andrew. We can move on. All right. So
Tonight's topic. Things
that keep you awake at night.
I'm going to very quickly get the serious answer out of the way.
Okay.
Children.
Well, I mean, absolutely. David, you're a couple of minutes removed from that.
Yes, but I remember it well.
Yeah, they probably still keep you awake at night.
Sorry, I had to reboot. Seriously, yes, there are times whenever I stay awake because of my children who are now adults, but were many a night when they were small. I could sleep through a tornado, I could sleep through the thunderstorm, whatever it was, but at the other end of the house, if one of those babies called out, I was right awake.
Immediately,
I was immediately awake.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a real thing.
It really is. It really is.
Oh, dude, it's so funny too, because I mean, you don't think about that. Like you're so tired when you first have a baby, like you're so tired all the time.
Yes.
But like it's almost like natural instinct. Like as soon as you hear it, like your baby's crying, you're like, I'm awake. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different animal. But man, it is funny, dude, because it's so true. So kids definitely keep you awake at night. I can't agree more. and you know, our little one's getting teeth right now, so yay.
I feel for you.
So she's having a hard time sleeping. Yeah. That's the worst too, because like you don't know what's wrong, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there you go. There's a tooth.
I will say now, of course, I was a single dad.
Sure.
For many years, and once I got past that stage, because I had 2 toddlers in diapers. But once I got past that stage, everything was pretty cool, you know, because we'd get home from work, we'd play a little bit, then I'd cook dinner, we'd eat, and then it was bath time, and then we'd sit together, watch TV, play a little bit. Then they would go to bed. Then by then I'd fall asleep on the sofa. But anyway.
They could not be louder up there.
I know, I hear them. You know, the kids
at least you got a giggle out of that one.
Kids would be great. They would go to sleep. Everything's fine. They'd sleep in their beds. I'd go to my bed.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, I'd wake up every morning with my son on my left, my daughter on my right.
You know, it's so funny because that's true, right? Like, it's so funny. My wife sent me a video the other day, and she's just dying laughing. Like, you know, this is like total husband-wife thing, like 21st century thing now. Like, now that smartphones are a big thing, like we're sitting across the room sending each other like funny videos, you know? So she sends me this one, and it's just like of a woman like laying on her side, and it's like texting my mom to tell her that I'm ready to be picked up from my slumber party. It's like your mom texts back, you're 35 years old and those are your kids. You know, it's like, it's true. It's like, it's just a wild sometimes. And I remember, you know, having been a college athlete, like you don't sleep a lot,
right? Like
you do when you can, but like it's hard. You know, you're very much on the go all the time. So in my head, people are telling me that, like, it's, you're not ready for that. Like you're ready, but like that's a whole different kind of tired, you know, like you just don't even know yet. And in my head, I'm like, I've already run on like no sleep. Like it's no big deal.
Just wait.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
It is not. I am here to tell you that I was wrong. It is not the same.
You're wrong.
I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I remember, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was asleep. This is like day 2 of the baby being alive on this earth.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm asleep. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're in the hospital still at this time. I'm asleep on the couch, right? My wife's asleep. Baby's asleep. So we're finally getting some rest. Doctor comes barging in. Open up the windows. Turn all those lights on. I got to be able to see. And I'm like, whoa. Take a breather, okay? I was like, do you need a hug? Like, who hurt you?
Or do you just need to be slapped very hard?
They were on the verge.
Yeah.
They were close. Now, I will also say, that doctor was exceptionally informative, and I ended up liking her a lot. However, our first interaction was not good.
Yeah.
No, because the interaction, especially right after, is awesome. So we're going to give you guys, like, some time. You guys are going to rest up.
Oh, yeah.
Every 30 minutes, a nurse comes in. Like, where was this rest that you were going to give us?
Oh, well, and I was so tired that I ended up putting my sweatshirt on backwards, and I didn't even think about it. Like, I just didn't. And I noticed it, like, as I was laying down to go to sleep, right? And I noticed it, and I was like, So just took the hood right over my head, right? So I'm out. So of course, like essentially this doctor walks into like just totally out asleep, like behind my hoodie. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's just the world you walked into this. You chose this life. So, fun stuff. That's a good one. Kids keep you awake at night. You know what keeps me awake at night? The fact that donut shops can run out of donuts. Yep. I know what you're thinking, David. I haven't had a donut since NAM. The way he's looking at me over here.
Where did that come from?
David doesn't like sugar. me over
Is it
here.
that you don't like sugar or that you can't have sugar?
Both.
I'm a little young for NAM. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't judge.
But yeah, it's been okay. 2008 since I've ate sugar.
NAM was a little further behind.
Yeah. So okay,
a couple of years.
Get out of my.
Yeah, but no, and that goes with like all things, right? Like specialty shops can run out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not throwing shade at them because I understand how business works. Like I make what I can sell, and then that's what I sell for the day. However,
Donuts.
you would make so much money as a donut shop if you just sold all the time.
Yeah, but the problem is once you hit a certain time of the day, people don't buy donuts.
Pause that thought. Let me give you an example. There are donut shops that close down in college towns.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A college town does not close down. There are drunk people everywhere. And they don't know what time it is, nor do they care. They just want a donut right now. And I'm one of those people. I don't need to be drunk. I just like donuts. I had donuts at my wedding. I just am a donut fan.
Okay. I do. It doesn't keep me up at night, but I do understand your pain. There was in the city that I grew up most of my younger and early adult life, that there was a donut shop there that was open 24/7.
See, that's my jam.
And they were constantly rolling off fresh donuts. They also, and this is no joke, had a huge police department clientele.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Police cars were always pulled up there. There was no crime in that parking lot.
No, everybody was everybody's friend. Everybody loved everyone.
Right. That's right.
See, my point is that okay, here's a good example of this, right? Like selling out is totally a great example of like I understand that the business works that way. The problem is that again, go back to the college town, right? How often, realistically, how often are college students getting up early enough to beat the people that are sitting there at 5 a.m. ready for them to be open?
But that's where you're wrong. They're not getting up that early. They are just still awake from the night before.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
However, 5 a.m. hits, you got like the older guys that are hanging out there reading their newspaper, drinking their coffee, and they're there like as soon as before the sun is up, they're ready. And I'm like, crap, wow.
Well,
someone's mad.
The donut shops, of course, they're people get there 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and they start.
Mm-hmm, they start making them.
The problem with donuts and pastries and things like that is after about 10 o'clock in the morning, it's hard to predict what you're going to sell.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the business side of it.
Yes.
Like, I understand why it happens.
Yeah.
But as a donut lover, I want to go and get any donut any time of the week. Now, there are places you can go.
Yeah.
If you were a true donut lover, you'd make them yourself.
Okay, here's the deal. I knew you were going to say something like that. I done build my own car.
Along with your pickles and olives.
I love shoes, but I don't make my own shoes.
Why not?
I like to go to the gym. I don't own the gym.
Why not?
Because, David.
Back up.
I do have a gym.
You do kind of have a gym in your garage.
That's true. I did build a gym. However, it's still different. My point is, I don't own all the things. to do everything I enjoy to do.
You literally, in your house right now, I guarantee you have everything you need to make a donut.
That's probably true, but I don't want to do it. That's the beauty of a donut.
So you're not a donut lover?
No, that's not exactly true at all.
He's a donut eater.
He's a donut eater. That's it.
I still love donuts, and I eat donuts all the time.
Okay.
That is not fair, because that's like saying just because you're a baker that you make everything yourself.
I think at that point,
I know a guy.
You do know a guy.
I know a guy. And he is a partner with family members in a bakery. And they do make everything except for flour, sugar, and butter.
I still don't care. I still don't care. There is no way at any point that I'm going to make a donut and it's going to be better than a donut I could buy.
See, you don't know that.
You never know until you try.
It's like when you make cocktails, you can change it up.
I don't want to try. Here's the deal. I have made my point. If I own a donut shop, and that donut shop is successful, and if I run out of donuts, then I'm just an asshole.
No, you're off for the rest of the day.
No, I ain't.
No, because
prepping for tomorrow.
That is why they have the sign saying, we are open from this time to this time. Therefore, you are not an asshole because it is predetermined.
My point is, they have a business model that they work on. I understand that.
And it's got a hole in it.
It's got a huge hole in it.
No, their business model is we have fresh donuts in the morning.
He just walked down, and he would agree with me. Dad, if a donut shop sells out of donuts, that's garbage.
Yes, it's bad for all of us.
It's bad for all of us. You heard it from the man himself. Bad for all of us. You can't... I get it. I understand how product works, okay? I understand. My point is that if I want to have a donut, I just want to go get a donut. If it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're out of everything, that's garbage.
Go to a different shop. Because
it's only 10 o'clock. Then I go to the different shop and they're out.
What time did that shop close, though?
1.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Well,
if you're running out 3 hours before, then yes, that is a problem.
See? Point made. Now all of a sudden everybody's on my side.
No.
No, not everybody.
You guys are just...
Now, if you went there at 1 o'clock and 5 till 1 and they were out of donuts, look.
I just think if you got a great product, you can sell it all day. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Point made. Hey, all I know. Well, hey, what do you think, Dad? What's something that keeps you awake at night? Don't say something silly.
I'm awake at night every night. It doesn't really matter.
There you go. That.
Usual is not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
2 hours a day.
Well, I guess that's fair. I don't know. I think that something else that keeps me awake at night, Dad, you'll agree with this. The fact that we call a toothbrush a toothbrush.
It's a teeth brush.
It is a teeth brush. Yeah, I mean, it's garbage, right? Like, who was like, well, I got one, so here we go. Like, singular toothbrush. Like, it's dumb.
Well, maybe we should look at where the toothbrush was invented. Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
There it is.
Hey,
There it is.
We don't know that,
okay,
but maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't born in Arkansas, but I was raised there.
Hey, you got a friend or two.
I got a friend.
Hey, I get it, man. I get it.
That's right.
So, teeth brush. Teeth brush doesn't sound as good, though.
No, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like...
It's the haircut. You're getting hairs cut.
Or if they're asking, are you going to get a haircut? Yeah, just
one.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like that by itself is just like that's like culturally like accepted language, right? Because I don't be like, man, I really love your hairs.
Well, okay. Kind of, we're getting away from what keeps you up at night. But the language, right?
Yeah.
You have a shoe, right? And you have your shoes.
Yeah.
A pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Is that
I'm pretty sure that's just.
Is that 4 shoes?
I think it's just how plural works.
It's also a pair
It's
of
just
pants.
like general language. Yeah, a pair of pants. Yeah. Left
do
and
you
right sock.
Do you have a pant?
do
There
have
are
a
no
pant,
left or
but it's
right
not like-
socks.
It's not like crisscross. It's not like some stuff where like just because it's backwards it's wrong.
Chris Cross was a good man.
Yeah, that's what you're into, man. I'm not here to judge you. Whatever you're down with, that's okay. Anyway, I think it might be time for last call. Dad, you want to come have a drink with us? A little drink of whiskey. Anyway, you brought this one, Andrew. I haven't tasted it. Is it whiskey?
It's my second glass. So
yeah. During our break,
good thing you live in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, smooth.
So it is a bourbon.
It is very.
Yep.
It's very clean, but it seems to be very young.
It seems citrusy to me. I have a zero guesses what this is.
And I have less than he does.
All right.
I like it a lot. Well, don't show me because I want to try to figure out what I think this is worth too. Because I agree with you. I don't think it's aged very much.
Yeah, no, it has a young appeal to it.
So
I'm thinking like a 2 year.
Everyone's
maybe
got their own opinion on what's young when it comes to it. What is your opinion of young? Under how many years?
Under 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be probably in the same area.
Okay.
Yeah. This is pretty light though. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we don't have that much of it.
Could be.
So
I poured an ounce.
Yeah.
David's on the second.
David's over there getting 6 ounces every time. I don't know. Like to me, it smells stronger than it tastes.
Mm-hmm. So, off the smell and taste, how strong do you think it is? Let's go off that as well. Is it your standard 80?
No.
No.
No. I'm going to say no.
But it's a bourbon, so I'm thinking it's going to be my guess is it's like a 100 proof, and it's going to surprise me. That's my guess.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm thinking it's in the 90 octane level.
What is it, like a 12 proof?
No, it's
water.
It's 100.
Okay.
It is 100 proof.
Okay. I did not expect this to taste the way it tastes based on the smell.
Yeah,
it smells really sweet.
Way different. Yeah.
Like it smells sweet to me. Really sweet. It doesn't taste as sweet, then that's not a bad thing.
And I will say, luckily, even though I do know what it is, I am also trying it the first time. I got the bottle for my birthday last weekend.
Radical.
Decided not to open it until today.
Nice.
Sweet. I love it. It's great.
To me, is it fairly young as far as the aging?
It is higher than what you both determined a young would be.
Really?
It is age 6 years.
6 years. Well, okay.
So not far off, but
no. Okay.
That's why I asked that.
There's in Arkansas. There is Rocktown Liquor, Rocktown Distillery. Sorry, guys. And whenever they first started releasing their whiskey, it was like 18 months. And I was like, it was good.
Right.
But boy, it was young. It was fiery.
Yeah. I solely based mine on the color. And like I said, it's probably because of it being not that much.
Yeah, it's very light.
So, it's probably the wrong way to approach that.
I will tell you, it is light. Even in the bottle, it is light.
No, I'm excited to see it.
You said it's bourbon, so it's American.
Yeah.
just verify real quick. I was almost certain that it is. It is.
Let's
You're going to come at us all sideways with something overseas. No, you're giving us poor information, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I like it a lot so far. What would I pay for this? I'm going to say that this is a $40 bottle.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is a $35 bottle. $34.99 is my guess.
Well, it's 100 proof, so it's not cask strength, but it's also not the typical 80. So, yeah, if it'd been a little bit higher, I would think.
Is this going to be something ridiculous?
No.
Is this going to be a $4 bourbon?
Nope.
Kessler's.
This was a gift for me. I don't think my buddy, which he may be watching. Thanks, Steven. I don't think he would have bought me a $5 bottle of bourbon. Well, no, actually, he probably would have.
He
100%. He probably would have. Yes.
I'd probably. I'm gonna say probably in the $50 range.
Okay.
Somewhere.
So, I don't know how much it is. Funny enough,
Even better.
I did search it.
Yeah.
Just jumped on the app to one of the local stores. Sure. $39.99. So you were actually you were spot on the first one.
Okay.
So what we have here,
I went prices right on it. So, all right, okay. This is you guys are not going to believe me.
WhistlePig.
But I literally just saw this. It was the first thing that came to my brain because I was walking through the liquor store the other day, and I was like, I wonder if it's that would be my first guess. Not because I was right, but because it was the first thing that came to my brain because it's what I remember from the last time I was in the liquor store. That would I should have just guessed. I should have just laughed it off and guessed.
I have not tried any of the WhistlePig.
This is my first go with WhistlePig, and you know what? I'm really surprised by it. I'm not surprised by it. I enjoy it. I like it. Yeah,
but as you can see in the bottle, it is very light.
Yes. It's light. Yes. Yeah, hold it up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah. It's super, super good. I mean, this is surprising good, and I think it's just one of those things that you don't know what you don't know about certain liquors, right? Mm-hmm. So it makes it kind of tough when you don't have an idea of what to go off of, and if nobody's ever had it, I mean, at a certain point you're just guessing, right? Like you're just like, oh, well, I'm going to try that.
I wouldn't have picked up the 100 proof. I would have thought it was more of in the typical bourbon range, but younger than 6 years. So,
see, that's why that was why my guess was in the 100. I was like, I think it's gonna surprise me.
Right.
Like I think it's gonna be something that I don't expect it to be. Mm-hmm. I do get a little bit of punch there at the back end. It is sweet up front for sure.
It has a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good neat drink. It's definitely something that I would drink neat. Potentially throw something together with it. I like this a lot, though. It is. I mean, are you guys kind of getting that same? I mean, it's got a little bit of a citrusy flavor to me.
Yeah,
maybe
so
that's just throwing me off tonight or something.
Yeah, right off the bat. Well, and that may be the Campari stuck in our tongues as well.
Maybe.
Right off the bat, there's definitely a sweetness to it. You don't ever feel the 100 until like right at the very end. You're like, okay, that's got some heat to it.
Yeah.
I love that it's 100, and I love their reason for making it 100. Is anything worth doing is doing 100%. So that's actually why they decided to do 100.
100 proof, yeah. Well, I like that. I can get on board with that. It sounds way better than anything worth doing is worth doing 90%. I think that's way better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about an 82%.
Yeah, I'm a solid 41.5%. No, I like it. I think that it's definitely worth the buy at we don't know this for sure as to what he bought it at. However,
I don't know where he specifically got it.
Relatively at the $40 mark, fantastic buy.
The local big chain here was $39.99.
Yeah, and I like that price for this. And that's a $7.50 bottle, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that for what you're getting, the amount of drinks you're going to get out of that, depending on what you like. If you're going to mix drinks, great. If you're going to drink something like this, throw it over a single ice, like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm going to say probably 6 drinks.
Maybe.
Wait.
Maybe. No, I definitely think that you're going to get a good amount for your value, like a good amount of value for your drink here. And I think that with that, this is versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is definitely versatile. You can make a lot of good drinks with this. This is something that I think our drink tonight could have benefited from. Yeah.
So, WhistlePig also does make a 100% rye.
Okay.
So, that would be great in the
Same
cocktail.
Same octane level.
Yep.
Where are they located?
So, Vermont and Kentucky is where they're distilled, and then they're bottled in New York.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
New York City. Oh.
So I obviously know that there's different years of their aging here. What years do they have available?
Honestly, what I saw, this was 6. The rye didn't say when I was looking it up.
Yeah.
I know they have a 12 as well because I've had it.
Okay, cool.
So this is my second run-in with WhistlePig. So I have had the 12.
So since you've had the 12 and now you've had the 6, did the twice aged, did that help?
I think the 6 is sweeter.
Okay.
Which I like.
Okay.
So me personally, I'm take it out at the 6.
Okay. Good to know.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it a lot. I would recommend it to anybody that likes a good whiskey. Obviously, this is a bourbon, but I mean, the reality to me is that This has versatility. It's super clean. And it doesn't need to be anything more than exactly what it is. It's very simple. I really like the flavor of this. I like the flavor a lot. What do you guys think of that in terms of just the flavor profile?
I think it's great. Like I said, getting the heat at the end is great because, there's some, especially even just the 100 proof ones, right off the bat, you could tell.
Yeah,
Punch,
right.
Yeah, right in the mouth.
This, it takes a little bit. So I think in an old fashioned,
oh, yeah.
that'd be
It'd
perfect.
make a spicy old fashioned, yeah. That it would do. I think I wasn't picking up on the alcohol content, and that's what was making me think it was younger.
Sure.
Because it has that bit of harshness. It's got the sweetness, but it has a bit of harshness on it to me that I don't think I would hit it neat very often.
Yeah. I could see that. I feel like let me say this. I feel like there are several different whiskeys, bourbons, whatevers that I could drink neat.
Right.
The amount of times I will drink something neat is crazy low.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean that negatively towards any drinks whatsoever. I prefer a mixed cocktail over something just by itself, which I think this particular segment of our show lends a great opportunity for us to try things individually and give a real review of that, right? Like, it really gives us an opportunity to actually get an idea of what this is rather than just say like, oh, I like a whiskey.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
So, because I mean, at the end of the day, the most important thing for us is to determine the best quality for our dollar. And I think that this is a great example.
Oh, I think $40 for this is amazing.
Yeah. No, for a good bourbon, good whiskey, $40 is, to me, always an excellent buy.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've seen a lot of what we'll call just like standard, quote unquote, bourbons and whiskeys that are out there. They're just kind of everyday. And they're obviously much lower. But those are massive, massive names that they have the ability to sell at a lower quality, the lower cost, because they're selling so much of it, it doesn't matter. But I just enjoy that. And I like the fact that I can go find something other than just like what your average bar would have. And that's not like a slight at any bars. It's just like, I want some versatility. I want some things that are different than what you just have regularly. Like, I still buy Jack Daniels and I still buy Jim Beam and all that. Like, those things, I buy several different, like what I would call very mainstream alcohols because I like them.
I haven't bought those in decades.
That cabinet right there has probably 8 bottles of unopened Jim Beam.
At least.
Yeah, right.
It's the Devil's Cut, too. So
it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, the Devil's Cut, that's fairly recent. Going by my age.
No, it's
anything with your age is recent.
That's true. You haven't had a good Devil's Cut since Nam.
But they got good egg roll.
But, sure. That's fine.
If you haven't had a Vietnamese egg roll.
I have not, but I don't know. Maybe one day.
Fantastic.
No, the Devil's Cut was pretty, it's probably like 2010.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was drinking 30 years before then.
I wasn't. So
I graduated high school in 2009.
I didn't. I was later than that. So yeah. No, it's we'll just say it's new.
Yeah, I remember the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
1970s.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
get this straight.
You got to clarify.
The 1970s. Yeah. Well, us kids call them the 70s. Such a boomer.
Yes, I am I'm at the end of the boomers. So
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Not Gen X, definitely a boomer.
Classic boomer move.
That's right.
Everything is, you youngsters don't know how good your has it. Thanks a lot, rent prices.
Yeah, no lie.
No, I kind of back on topic. I really enjoy this. Thanks for bringing it. I think this is a great buy. I would recommend it. I would buy it. This is something I would keep in my bar regularly for sure. Any day of the week. Mm-hmm. Versatile. I can make lots of drinks with it. Can drink it neat. Whatever you like. What do you think?
I would have it in my bar. Wouldn't drink it every day, but it's not my daily drinker. Which,
well, sure, yeah, totally.
We all know my level 5 is Four Roses.
Yep.
Because that's what I go to, and this is, to me, my own opinion, it's in that level.
Sure.
And so I would give it a 5. It's not bad. It's not my great, but it's a good bourbon. It is a good bourbon.
I would probably give it around a 7.
I'm 7.5, 8. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I don't dislike it by any means. I think the versatility is great. I think the value is good. I could put my vote could be swayed to a 7.5 based on the value that you get there.
My vote could be swayed if I made an old fashioned with it.
Yeah, but that's every single anything. We could try a tequila, and you're like, how's the old fashioned though?
Ooh.
Tequila old fashioned. Ha ha. We're gonna try
Olé.
that. Hey man, you never know. We got an opportunity there. But I do agree with that. Yeah. I think that making your go-to drink with one of these things would definitely help. Yeah, there you go. Something crazy name that you say. Just like the cinnamon. Okay, no, I agree. I think I'd be around a 7.5, between a 7 and 7.5 for this for me. I like it a lot. What did you guys think of the cocktail tonight?
4.
Really, that low?
I can't get past the bitterness.
I think it's the Campari.
Yeah,
I think it's because we use the Campari that
sure.
I'm the same way. I'm at a 4. The bitterness is not appealing to me at all.
Sure.
I don't know if Angostura bitters are the best bitters to use. So
that's what the recipe calls for.
Well,
but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's best.
It also called for orange, though.
That is true.
Which I don't think would really change the flavor as much.
No.
We really needed the Averna.
Yeah,
is what we needed.
I'm willing to try it again.
Absolutely.
With the Averna or something that is not as bitter as Campari.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But with a Campari, it's going to be a heavy 4 for me.
I'm thinking I'm probably in the 5.5 range. And the reason is that I like a good Manhattan. I know that, of course, this is not the black Manhattan that we intended based on just a few of the things that Scott was talking about a couple episodes ago. Like I would love to make that exact drink. And I would also really like to try it. I've seen some recommendations through stuff online, some forums and such that talked about like exactly what Scott was saying, the tobacco bitters.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm really wanting to try that.
So I found some.
Oh.
So we may have to try that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I found some. And I think that it's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yeah. I'll find a cocktail with them.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Cool.
Well, anyway, it's been a great episode. Minus some crazy sound backing tracks, we'll call it.
This has been definitely a different episode.
Unique one-off episode,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. But, it's part of life.
It happens. We do what we got to do.
Yeah, if everything went smooth all the time.
If all days are great, no days are great.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, we do what we got to do. And quite honestly, we're still enjoying it. Got good drinks. We get to hang out with each other, so why not? And just be sure to check out our Instagram and TikTok page. Definitely make sure to keep an eye out for that. I know that we're going to be putting that in the description as far as what our pages are. And be sure to check out Shaker and Spoon. That is a really, really awesome opportunity for people to try new things.
But don't check it out until we give you the link.
That's right. Yeah, the link.
Link and promo code will be in the description. And then at the end of the video, we will have our QR code that takes us to everywhere.
Yep. And if you are just listening to it, the page code, all that is also in the in the description there. So if you're whether you listen on Spotify or Apple iTunes, whatever it is you may listen to, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to it, those all have it in there as well. So the description shows our links. So be sure to check them out. We try to have a fun time, try to make it a little bit more realistic for everyday life, right? So we like good drinks and a good time with each other. So
we
be sure to try it
are
out.
realistic.
We were very realistic, yeah. Except for that whole we got to make donuts in order to eat them thing. That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, all right.
So with that being said, we love you all. Drive safe, stay smart. If there's anything that you guys have to recommend in terms of drinks and or topics you want to hear us talk about, be sure to check out the link and send them to us because we want to try it out. We want to see what you all have. We would love to see what you all drink. That's exactly what we want to try. So if you think of anything, send them our way. And until next time, bar's officially closed.